Why? Because most guys don't have other options.
That's true.
Most guys still believe in this Disney, Hollywood, rom-com fantasy that you have to be friends with somebody before you show any kind of interest in them. It's not the case. It's not the case. Sometimes it happens. I'm not denying that it happens, but this is the real life perspective is that you meet someone and things kind of tend towards that from the get-go. If it turns into friendship instead, that's one thing. But if you're friends with someone, know how to make the difference. Meet other girls. Like literally widen your options. Why do your friends have to be the girls you end up with? Why can't they just stay friends?
I have a question actually, just
Yes.
right up to that. So it's probably because you're right. You talk about through experiences when you say, okay, most guys don't have a lot of choices. Would you also say it's because as a society we expect them to make that decision as well and put that pressure on them?
Yes, I think so too. Uh, as simple as that. Just people asking me, "Have you slept with this girl?" I'm like, "No, she's just a friend." That alone, I definitely understand why it would lead some guys onto thinking that they should be, or they should be getting more than friendship from those girls. No, I think it all comes down to meeting more people. Make the difference for yourself, not before anybody else. Make the difference for yourself. Like you're my friend, and I'm gonna tell you my stories, all the messed up ones of me meeting other girls, but you're just a friend. And I think every guy benefits from that for two reasons. One, obviously, is just great company. It's just great perspective, great insight, right? Having girlfriends is so good. So good. They're amazing, amazing people. Two, you get used to hanging out with girls. You get used to talking to women. When you meet a woman that you're actually interested in, you won't feel intimidated by this barrier there is between both genders. You'll just be kind of like a fish in a bowl. You just be able to swim because you're used to female interactions. As simple as that. You're not most guys are just stifled because they don't have any female interaction, right? So they get into them, they're like, oh my god, pressure, they start sweat, it's raining under their armpits, and they have no idea what to say. This starts to no, just think of it as you're just one of my other buddies and accept of considering you as a friend from the get-go, I'm gonna show interest in you.
Facts. You know, I feel like what you were talking about in terms of the way these guys act to like kind of act around women, I do relate to that a lot because I feel like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like I think my game is decent now, but you know, your boy wasn't always the most confident dude. And I think the thing is just desensitize the opposite of desensitization, exposure, I guess. You know, like if you're the type of dude and you know you work with a lot of driven individual as well, I think like, you know, back in high school, I was really focused on my academics. I was really, really focused on getting into a good university, doing my clubs. And the context which I had exposure to women were my mom, my sister, and in an extremely professional setting. And to be completely transparent, the other context is porn. So, and and here's the thing, right? When you listen, you guys are laughing, but I truly do believe in this.
That's
We're
most
not
teenage
laughing.
boys.
We're not
And
laughing.
I
We're
think,
relating.
you know, when your exposure of how you as an individual interact with women is two things. One, extremely, extremely professional, extremely transactional. And then the other one is a couple clicks later, I'm going to be jerking off and like be on the way to busting a nut. It makes sense why when these type of guys go out onto the dating field, they have two approaches. One, extremely timid, and that's going back to the professional setting. Well, you know, there's no romantic attraction here. And then the other one is what Aria was talking to earlier, extremely aggressive, because that's to me tapping into the other types of exposure. So I totally feel that, right? And what you were talking about earlier, this idea of if there's a girl there, I should be able to talk to them. To be honest, first year me would find that like extremely absurd. So all this to cap off in saying, I think what you were talking about earlier is the intention when you first meet girls. I feel like one of the things that really helped me get to this level of comfort now is this. What is that? It sounds like an American like president's speech, bro.
It sounds like a
Apollo 11.
CV radio. What is that?
Where's that coming from? I think that's coming from your room.
No, they were making an announcement.
Oh, it's a building announcement. Okay.
That's scary. But
Like, what is going on, bro?
honestly, I was trying to identify where it was coming from. I'm like, where?
Yeah,
happening right now?
Yo, it's like the panic reflex when you're elementary school because the fucking announcements just come from.
Yeah, it's like where the fuck is that coming from? But yeah, no, sorry we put you off. But you were talking.
Sorry, yes. Like one of the things that helped me get back on track, and this is not like a smooth thing to do, but when I started going on dates with girls, I was literally like, hey, I just want you to know, like, I like you, I find you attractive, and the reason why I want to hang out with you is because I want to seek something romance-wise. I literally, like, I think the first time I said it, I literally said it in the exact same tone. So I know a lot of girls listening are cringy. It's not a smooth thing to do, but guess what? Because I said that, going forward, all the interactions I had with people who still wanted to hang out, they knew what was up. And I didn't have to think about all these things in my head, like, yo, what's happening? Like, why is this person hanging out with me? Does she think I'm just a friend, et cetera, et cetera? That was kind of clouding my mind a lot in the back. Also, shout out to Yacine. I'm pretty sure this was after a conversation I had with him. But yeah, all this to say, like, I feel like I really relate to a lot of the things that are being said, but I don't know. How do you guys feel about my like exposure theory? Do you guys think that's true, or is that like just a lot of bullshit?
Definitely think it's true, and that's exactly what I mean by I call it setting a frame. Set the frame of your relationship with that person from the go. Don't waste time waiting for things to happen. Nah, fuck that. Things don't happen. You make things happen.
Yeah, let's get it.
So you kind of state your interest. It may not, what he said may not sound smooth, but it's the right thing to do because you have to it's called screening. I'm gonna kind of like make it a corporate concept. The same way your manager will screen before they hire you, you screen the women you have interactions with, and that's for one reason specific. Like one main reason is not wasting anybody's time. Wasting your time, wasting their time. If they're not interested anymore after what you said, trust me, they will not see you again. If they stay, it's like Luke said, because they know what's up. They know what your intentions are. What I would like to argue, though, is at what point you should say that. And because in my opinion, you should, if you're going on dates, especially if you're using dating apps and stuff like that, you're probably going on dates with, or you should try, you should aim for, because we'll get to that later. But you have to widen your options and go on dates with multiple women. And you're exploring the dates as in, this is the first time you meet them off a dating app. Never been with, just this is the first time meeting them. It's like a 30, 45 minute, let's say you're grabbing a coffee. It's not even a drink. It's just you're getting a quick interaction. Then you should wait, let's say, till the second encounter to state things like that. Because you can do either screening before, such as, are they fucking crazy? Right? You wouldn't, why, if you say that from the go and they're crazy and they stick around, you're not filtering things for yourself. They're gonna stick around because they know that's what you want, and it's also what they want, but it doesn't tell you if they're crazy or not. So take maybe 1-2 dates, get to know them a little more, then tell them that, so that if you want to be in that, if you even want to explore them in any romantic way. So that's just like your own personal screening that you can do. But back to what he said, I definitely think that those things should happen more often. The amount of time you save. Let's say when I was just looking for hookups, I would say the exact opposite of what you say, as in, I'm not looking for a relationship. If that's what you're looking for, please, by all means, either keep looking if we still end up hanging out, or don't waste your time with me, because don't try to fix me. I'm not a broken toy. You can't just change what I'm looking for. No, I'm telling you for a reason. If that's not what you're looking for, this is the exit way. Take it.